In my 2013 Honda Accord, a new problem I just started to have, and has occurred quite a few times, is when I go to start the car, it goes completely dead. Like this. So now, when I turn the key, nothing happens. There is no power. So there's no power at all. Turn back to off. Take the key out. Put it back in. No power at all. So this is it's not a low battery issue, that not enough power in the battery to start. It's the fact that there's absolutely no power. So as we saw that the car has no power at all, seems to be a battery issue. Checking the battery terminal. So this one is nice, there's no oxidation on it and it's very firm. The other one, the positive terminal, a little bit of oxidation, so that may be an issue. So that's but the other thing is this thing just moves. Even though the bolt itself is snug tight, it is just loose. This just comes off. So I think this is the issue causing no contact with the battery and no power in the car. So if you run into a situation where there's absolutely no power, like that happened to me, come over to the battery terminal, just kind of wriggle it a little bit, and that will get a decent contact so you can start the car and be on use. If you have oxidation on the terminal, one of the easy way to do is take any soda, any kind of Coke, Pepsi, whatever you got, and just pour that on there. That the acidity in that pop, in that soda, is going to remove the oxidation from here. So I'm going to go and fix this loose terminal, and first thing I'm going to do is clean it. So I got this battery terminal cleaner. So this is one piece that kind of goes on the terminal to clean it. The other part is I can open this, and this thing would go into the metal circle around and clean that as well. So if you don't have it, no problem, just use any sandpaper. There's also a good option to clean the terminal. To fix the loose battery terminal, I'm going to use battery shims, which is kind of got a cap that goes over the terminal to make it wider so I can get a better fit. To get going, I'm going to disconnect the battery, starting with the negative terminal first. So this is a 10mm socket. That's good enough. So because I'm going to put that battery shim on it, so I'm going to open this up quite a bit so I can put the shim. So off this goes. Because I have the battery terminal cleaner, so I'm going to use this one. Now I'm going to I've opened this and cleaned the inside off this ring. And like I said, if you don't have the battery terminal cleaner, a piece of sandpaper will do just fine. So take the sandpaper, turn it. So got the battery shims. One of them will do. All right, so one of this. And once we put the ring over it, it's gonna crimp that. It's gonna have a better fit. We need to open it a little bit more, maybe. Tight enough, we're gonna close this and put the negative battery terminal back on and tighten this one. All right, that'll do it. So let's go and start the car. Let's start the car. Nice and good on first try. Thanks for watching.